All right, here we go. Day26, welcome back.
What's going on? What's up,
Welcome
man?
back. It's been a few years.
Yeah, man.
It's been a few years.
Yeah.
You got a brand new album out. What came out about, a month ago?
Yeah.
About a month ago.
End of last year.
Yeah.
Day ones.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that.
For sure.
But, I want to get into more of the story and everything else like that before we get into all that. About a year after our interview, Brian Angel left the group.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's gonna start off with me, huh? That's how you feel, huh?
That's it.
Let's go.
Well, because the group has always had a little bit of, members leaving, coming back, and everything else like that. So, Brian, you announced it, I think, on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the reason that you left the group?
At that point in time, shut the fuck up, Robert.
I'm about to call you a bad name. I'm about to call you a bad name, but I changed my mind.
Shut the fuck up. No, just play. At that time, man, like I was kind of growing in a different direction than what the group was growing, and I just felt like it would have been like selfish of me to like stay somewhere and like fuck up the whole thing. So I just kind of removed myself from the situation. That's all.
Okay.
I was working on myself.
Well, you left then. You left and you came back.
Yes, sir.
How much time passed?
Like 5 years, 5.5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a while.
Yes, sir.
What changed the dynamic to have him, no longer having him in the group?
It was.
I think
Go ahead, tell the truth.
at the time when he was
Everything was shit without me.
no, definitely not.
have-
we sold out many shows without him. It was no big deal. But the thing is, I think when he was gone, we got a chance to really appreciate what he does bring to the group. You know what I mean? I think we all five individually here for a purpose, and I think the notes that he's able to sing, I don't want to attempt them. I'm sure these guys don't want to attempt them, so that'll be his position, right? So it was always going to be a place for him. So, when he was able to mend it, I guess through maturity and growth, it all just came back.
I mean, when he was gone, doing certain songs and doing the harmonies with him missing,
Wasn't the same.
wasn't the same?
I mean, it wasn't the same. It was a different dynamic. But I ain't gonna lie, Big Mike held it down. He held it down. I gotta be honest, man. He was hitting every note. You know what I'm saying? He stepped into place. That's the good thing about being in a group, though. If one person ain't there, somebody dropped the ball. Somebody's there to pick it up, and Big Mike really picked up a lot of that slack.
He did, but at the same time, it's
Often duplicate.
It ain't about it. It's a certain thing. It's a certain vibe that he brings.
It was
a certain
different.
clarity that he brings, and it's a certain sound that he brings that makes Day26 whole. So I think with all five here, it's worth it. And if it ain't, then it's not even what we should be doing, honestly.
Well, sometimes when you have singing groups and someone leaves, that person gets replaced with someone else. But that never happened.
We couldn't do that in this group because of how we was put together. Our fans wouldn't respect that. Like, it's different when you just come in, they don't see your journey, how you become the group that you are. They just see you like that already, opposed to watching us fight for our positions to be in this group and the things that we had to overcome to make it to this point. We can't just pull somebody in that didn't have to go do those kind of things, And I don't think our fans would.
Yeah, and we just never even thought about it.
Yeah,
it just always
ain't nobody gonna replace that. Real talk.
It was just always if it wasn't gonna be us, then it just wasn't gonna be.
Facts.
So what led you to actually coming back? How were those first conversations like?
Honestly, like, when I did leave the group, like, I was kind of like on like a journey to like better myself journey, I got, I obviously started working on my relationship with God a whole lot more. Started, eating different things, and reading more and things like healthier things, So like, I felt like I was trying to find Brian, or whoever Brian was growing into. And I felt like I needed to call and make it right with them. Not in the sense of where I wanted to get back in the group. It was just a sense to like just make things right with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the way that I did leave was kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? To announce it on social media. But reached out to Willie. He and I talked for a couple of days, and he brought up the idea of me talking to the guys, just to kind of clear the air. And I don't know, I guess it was Willie's idea, like, man, maybe we should get this shit back together. So, yeah.
Okay, and then you guys were on the 2022 Millennium Tour.
Yes, sir.
And that's when you guys had your 15-year anniversary,
Yeah.
which is great, like on a big tour like that.
Yeah.
How was that whole experience?
It was really fun. I think the fucked up thing is they had us opening. Now, that was horrible. But I mean,
You said you ain't. Hey, look, you ain't funny because you made the it was good really small. You made the fucked up part.
No, but you know, I mean, with our catalog, we do like to get on stage and really rock out and have enough time. I think we didn't get enough time to get off, like, you know, for us to be celebrating 15 years. But at the same time, it was an introductory back to us all five being back together, and it was in the process of us recording this new album. So it gave us some things to do and some visibility while, you know, recording.
Well, before Day26 formed, some of you were actually in your own groups.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Curry and Willie Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
A group called Antoine and Ray Ray.
That was so that's not the group I was in when I made the band. I was in another group called Trilogy before that, signed to Wyclef. But Antoine and Ray Ray is when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
Oh, when you were a kid.
Yeah, signed to Michael Bivins with the Biv 10 Pee-wees. Was signed with 702 and Subway and all that whole time, that whole era.
Yeah, I mean,
with Another Bad Creation and all that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the
Boyz II Men.
Yeah,
the East Coast Family.
Yeah,
that's what it's called, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was Boyz II Men, ABC.
BBD.
I'm trying to remember like how the song goes.
The East Coast Family.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were, at the time we were signed to Motown. So
right.
Yeah, that was just kind of my first kick in the door with the groups. And it was funny, we were just talking about that earlier. We was just bragging to each other, because Brian was in the group too, prior to this situation. We was just talking to each other like, man, my group would have kicked you.
Yeah, my group would have died down.
But really, it's dope to realize that I've been in groups that long, and then now I end up in literally, to me, the best group in the world. And I thought that's the group I was in before I got here.
Right.
But I realized they ain't touching Day26, dog. That was the real deal.
Yeah, buddy, you thought wrong, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, like Michael Bivins, he had a home run with Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was mega huge.
Mm-hmm.
But the other groups kind of, you know, ABC had some videos out on MTV, and, you know, like I said, Subway, I remember, had a song that you heard about. But like a lot of these groups, 702, they did pretty well.
Okay.
They did okay, but Boyz II Men was the big,
Yeah,
probably
for sure.
bankrolled everyone else.
Which is the reason why I even signed with him, because I wanted to be on some Boyz II Men status. You feel like he understood that
At
movement.
least, right.
Now, there was another group called Quiet Storm.
Yeah.
Your group.
Yeah, now I was in a group called
KWIET for Quiet. It was,
Yeah. So that was before. I mean, that's really the group I started when I was in high school. So all my high school years, I started with this group, and then after I graduated, we ended up getting a deal with Universal, and having a song called "Leave Me Alone."
I seen the video.
We did on BT. It was on. And then we did another record called "Lights Out, Candles Lit" that was getting kind of popular in Midwest. So we was getting our feet wet, and then through time things happen, man. And
I watched your
actually met
video
him
before I met you, bro.
when I
I
was
watched your video.
I actually met him while I was on a tour. Like with my old
Mason
group.
Road, right?
I was in a group called Mason Road. We were on a tour, and we actually happened to come through Chicago, and that was the last date that they were on that tour.
Right.
And we hopped on that tour that day. Yeah. So.
Well, Brian.
Yes, sir.
You were actually signed to Matthew Knowles at one point.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Beyonce's dad.
Yes, sir.
I've interviewed him a couple times. Real smart guy. Oh, okay. I guess things didn't go well.
Huh?
Things didn't go well with Matthew?
No, what you talking about? I'm listening.
You're listening, right.
I'm listening.
There's a
Yeah,
few
things were
fingers that
amazing
kind of
with
went up during that listen. Right. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
You want to talk about what happened?
I mean, things didn't work out. I got my release forms and did Making the Band, and here I am.
Okay. So some of you already had your feet wet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
With actual, record deals and
Yeah.
songs
Touring
and
and things like
management.
I was
Yes,
signed
sir.
when we made. I had to get bought out of my deal to make the
Me too.
business. I was signed to Wyclef at the time.
Right, yeah, you mentioned that. So coming into, you guys had some experience, but not getting to like a number one level.
Yeah.
Nothing like what we
it's-
got.
it's-
What we got here.
Yeah, it's nothing like the levels ahead.
Once you go from the other situations you have to now working with Diddy and the whole, making the band, what do you think was different in terms of the creative process?
We really didn't have very much say-so. I would say that.
Huh.
As far as songs, as far as
First album.
The first album.
first album. That first album we were
The songs was picked and everything before we even came into the situation.
And it was a great album, so
Yeah.
this is nothing that we're against, because it was a really great album. But at the same time, our creative portion of that wasn't in hand. We did a lot of we had a lot to do with the second album, and moving forward. You know what I mean? So.
Well, Brian, you said in terms of working with Diddy, you said when Diddy would walk in the room, there was an aura about him that scares you. It's interesting
might
these
have said this
days.
some years
No,
ago.
speak on it, man.
Well, no,
Speak about
but
that-
you know,
speak
no,
about that aura
no,
that scares you.
It wasn't like
scared.
Don't be scared. No, I was just like, no, it wasn't that it was scary, and I might have like used the wrong words. It was just like, okay, I gotta prepare for whatever Diddy I'm about to receive today. I gotta prepare for that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cause like sometimes they'd be like, yo, what up, Playboy, and sometimes they'd be like,
Don't try, motherfucker, dude.
yeah, don't try, motherfucker, dude. No, I'm just like, I was doing it. You know?
Well, you guys talked about the first album, how you didn't really get a lot of,
Yeah.
say so in it. And I think in that same quote, Brian, you talked about it. We said we didn't get to do that in terms of selecting the songs for the first album. We were in Diddy's office going back and forth. We worked with Underdogs on Anything But Him. We had the song with Babyface. And
That second album.
That second album.
That second album would have been crazy.
Okay, second album,
Yeah,
right.
second album, we had a lot of records, and then we did some other records that was,
Yeah, it was
okay. I ain't gonna say
favors.
too much, but it was not the best records that we could have possibly had.
He was-
And we had records that we felt could have replaced those records.
Right.
And he said, I done gave your ass enough.
Yeah.
Now, if
Yeah,
you
I'm
say
thinking-
something else, I'm gonna take something else.
That's what I
He was
walked out
paying
the
bills.
office.
He was paying bills with those records, basically.
All right, well, we're gonna we gonna
That's when I
go
walked out
and get the
the
fuck out of here. You say we get 7 songs out of here?
That's all we get.
Get my 7 to get
All
my
right,
song.
man, I'm out.
Well, right. I guess there was a meeting that happened where you guys were picking songs you liked. And he was like, nope.
Yeah,
And then
we
a
had
bunch
an
you just walked
extreme
out?
album.
Yeah, he made it okay.
What
do
you
you
say it
mean?
again?
He made it okay.
Yeah.
The album we had, it was extreme the way we had it.
Oh yeah. No, it was extreme. We had overdid it, but I guess he had favors or something.
That's
He
it,
had
favors.
Ain't no
And
such thing as overdoing it. Like if you have an amazing album, you want to put together the,
He had to
the,
do-
the
he was
best
trying to-
possible album.
he was doing what he had to do.
Well, then he should have done his favors on some other.
And he could have did his
Some other
favors
shit, not on ours.
with the people he got the favors from. Honestly, we could have got doper records.
Yeah, we could have doper records from them.
because they definitely they really them dudes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They really did some stuff, but yeah, we got caught in that.
I mean, do you think in retrospect, if you guys got to pick the songs you wanted to pick, it would have turned
Oh
out better?
yes,
Oh,
hell yeah,
that would've been
without a
it.
doubt.
We would be having a different conversation right now.
I mean, and that album did relatively well.
And it's still a good album.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Well, I mean, look, the first album, Day26, came out in 2008, went number one on Billboard, 190,000 records first week. And actually, this was the third number one from the making of the band Winners. Right. So he was like on a roll.
Right.
Yeah.
With, putting out the reality show and then putting out the album, going number one, doing it again. So you guys were happy.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
who doesn't want a number one album?
Yeah,
Right, man.
of course.
When we
The second
came around
album-
corner in Times Square, see
The second album, Forever and a Day, it went number two. 113,000 records sold first week. That's still great.
Yeah, it is.
That's still
especially at a time when people was really starting to not to buy, when the internet was really coming in, people was
Yeah.
stealing music and things like that. At a time like that, to be able to still sell those numbers, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But you're saying the number would have gone actually bigger if you
think
guys
so.
I
picked
think
the songs?
as far as sales, I don't know. But as far as how good the project would have been, how good the project would have been, it would have gave it the ability to go further on his own. I feel. But as far as whatever else the payola do,
Basically what you said.
I don't know.
That's basically what you just said, bro.
It don't matter. It wouldn't have changed the publishing anyway. We still would have been looking the same way we're looking right now. That boy could have went triple platinum on the first day. We would have been no different. We've been sitting in these same seats, having the same
Having the
conversation.
same conversation.
In our last interview, you said the contract was garbage.
Yeah,
Basically, what I just said.
it's true.
And you guys couldn't even take it to a lawyer to negotiate it.
We
It was basically take it or
It was
leave it.
non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But isn't that standard with most of these like reality show kind
And
of record deals?
Yeah, it is. Going in, we didn't know that, but as you go back and figure it out, a lot of them are non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And it don't even really matter most of the time if your show is not geared towards something you're supposed to be making money from, like your music, like you know what I'm saying? Most of these shows is like, take anything, but you're not giving up really publishing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Stuff that people gonna be
This-
listening to for
this-
the rest
this
of their
the
life.
Extended version, right?
Yeah. When you do
Reality
music,
show
that's-
and music.
Hell, that's
Right.
right. I mean,
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Well, I remember I interviewed Lotto when she was still Mulatto.
I love it.
Right? And she had done that show with
Hey,
Jermaine
Lotto.
Dupri.
The rap game.
Exactly. And she said basically Jermaine Dupri's, contract with her wasn't good enough, so she never signed. You know, she wasn't offering enough money, whatever else, right?
Right.
She did sign though for a while.
Here's the funny part. I interviewed Jermaine Dupri not too long after that, and he was like, of course she
I watched
signed.
that.
She
Yeah,
even
I was
signed the
about to say, she did
contract
sign.
to get on the show.
Right.
I've
I
been had a
watched that.
contract on her. I mean,
Right.
she could, basically, like,
Which is true.
she could talk all that stuff,
Yeah. But the contract was done.
but the contract was already
Yeah.
done. And,
And
he's
look-
basically like, I'm letting her put out those records and not really tripping off it
Yeah.
because I don't really need the money, but if she wants to really be technical
Yeah,
about
to be frank.
she is signed to me.
Yeah, three seasons later when he did the show after she won, you seen her doing records with the other new artists and everything. She was signed to him.
Right. Well, after Diddy's homes got raided, Willie, you actually posted a video saying that Diddy robbed the group.
Oh yeah, just talking about our publishing and things of that nature, and the money that we've never received.
Y'all do y'all homework at
That-
Vlad.
That was, I mean, that's pretty much it. That story ain't gonna change till you get my money. That's gonna be the same story.
I see you, Vlad. You doing your research.
That ain't gonna change.
Okay.
We want our money.
Now,
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
now, but right now.
You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna act like it's cool. We want our money.
So what do you guys owed? She
publishing
didn't get the publishing.
that his kids got and his mom.
Whoa.
Huh. But the publishing contract that you signed, who owns that?
Say it again.
Well, I mean, you guys signed a deal, and part of the deal is the publishing part.
All of that stuff is all true. So the deal, we did it. So business is cool. It's just the way it was all structured and how it was, taken from guys who just really was coming from passion and different
Pure
walks of
place,
life.
basically.
And looking at an idol, an icon, and we, believing that this could be something for us and moving into that direction. And then for you to, not saying you wrote the handbook, but at the same time you put us through things we didn't have to, you know what I mean? Because we came in pure-hearted and with talent. And I guess the lack of business savvy at the time allowed us to go in directions that wouldn't make you owe us per se, but at the same time, how fucked up it was, yeah, you
But
do.
you didn't even put us in that position. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. You said that the making the band artists are set up to fail.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Explain that.
I mean, the contract alone. I mean, the one-sided contract, I mean,
Non-negotiable.
yeah, I mean, the amount of money they made off the show alone, off of our images and our likeness for 5 seasons straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you talk about the show, the music, the writing, the publishing. I mean, it's just so many aspects there that, things should be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie P did an interview. He said that Diddy made $43 million off making the band off season 2.
Yeah,
alone.
and our show was bigger.
Bigger. We had
Bigger.
the biggest. We had the biggest.
We had the biggest making the band.
season
Well,
of
it
all.
was, I mean, I think on MTV, period, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
The
yes,
biggest
period.
reality show
Not the
season.
biggest, making the band the biggest show. Period.
Period.
Yeah.
How much money
Well,
got
I
made
don't
off
know
that
about-
season?
I don't know about period. I want-
Because what's the name was bigger than our
Definitely,
Jersey Shore.
Jersey
Jersey Shore was bigger?
Yeah, but
Okay, so
definitely
maybe-
biggest of the
okay.
making the band. A lot of
Yeah.
them had bigger moments, but overall we were the ones.
Yeah. That's why we had 4 seasons. Everybody else just had 1.
Right.
We had 3. We had 4.
3. That's what I mean to say. It making the band 4 seasons. It's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie P had a lot to say. He says Diddy's the reason why he hates life.
I mean, I don't hate life.
No man can't make me do that.
No.
Only
Yeah.
thing that can make you hate life
Nah.
is something you did yourself. You can't, nothing no other dude did gonna make me hate
Yeah,
life.
no, I mean, it's crazy when he heard it. I mean, he said this year alone I've contemplated suicide 2 or 3 times.
Ooh,
That's
Man,
sad.
praying
That's
for 'em.
mental
I'm
health.
gonna pray
man.
for him.
Mental health.
Nah, for sure. But that's the thing, man. It's a lot to go through a lot of that stuff, though.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, it's a lot to go through. Yeah, I mean, life continues, man. You don't, it ain't like people forget who you are or what they remember every moment.
Exactly.
So it makes it difficult to go in these different positions and do a lot of things, you know what I mean? So I understand his position, but at the same
Yeah.
time, man, stay strong, brother.
Yeah, please.
Stay strong, man.
Yeah, I mean, suicide is not an answer.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
but only thing that can lead people to do stuff like that is you got to be in a really bad. And I get it, bro. Like it ain't like we can go get regular jobs right now, even though we don't got our publishing that we talking about. We can't go out there and just go to the local store or something and just get a regular job. It's not going to work for us in that way. So what do you do when you in that position? What do you do when you in a position you put in all the work to get all the money and be in a position you're supposed to be in life, and then somebody puts you in that position? What do you do? Like when you can't go into the regular world and just, you know what I'm saying? That gotta be. I mean, I wouldn't want to kill myself, but I just can understand where you're coming from, like especially with people with responsibilities and families, like with people counting on them. What do you do when you put in all the work and you've done everything you're supposed to do, and then you end up in a position where you can't even go do what you need to do?
Well, Babs Bunny responded to Willie. She said, a lot of stuff I agree with him, but I might say I can't really relate. We all went through the same process. We all had the same contracts. We're all in the same house. We're all on the same stage. So at the end of the day, we all had the same situation happen when it comes down to the business. Freddie P said the contracts were shitty, and they were. I definitely agree. All of us could really relate as far as the paperwork is concerned. I would not say it was my worst nightmare. It was dreams coming true with nightmares in and out. For me, that was my experience. I was a sponge. No matter all the negative things, I just try to focus on the positive things that I learned, which allowed me to keep pushing.
Right. I'm with that. That sounds
Absolutely.
That's about more where I'm at mentally with the situation as well.
Like I was saying earlier, that door still hasn't closed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you should start panicking. You should start worrying when you see that door closed.
There you go.
You know.
Well, Diddy kind of seemed to respond.
Oh, really?
He put a story in his IG post, said, stop all your crying, bitching and moaning.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hustle harder,
to
get
Freddie.
the fuck out of our way.
Yeah.
I mean,
I seen him say.
my opinion
Who he say that to?
to Fred. To
yeah,
Fred,
to
I saw
Fred.
that.
I seen.
I think that was fucked up because really and truly, like it's unfortunate what Fred, you know, Fred is dealing with. You know,
Yeah.
different people handle things differently. You know, but for you to know that you played a huge part in where this man is now financially, mentally, everything, and for you to respond like that, man, like, wow, man, I pray for your soul. God don't work like that. God don't work like that. You know, I mean, it's sad.
Well, if you look at what's happening now, as we're sitting here and having this
That's
interview,
sad.
and afterwards we're going to go have some dinner and live our lives, Diddy is sitting in a federal holding facility, possibly facing life in prison.
Right.
That's sad in itself as well.
I didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
No one could have predicted in 5 years ago that Diddy would be facing life, no bail,
Yeah.
with all the other crazy stuff that came out. Like, for example, were you guys around Cassie at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's our close, good friend.
Good friend. Did you see any of the abuse?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
When you saw that video in the hotel hallway,
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Man, that could be any man and any woman. That was not deserved. You know what I'm saying? No matter whether it was Diddy and Cassie or whoever it was, that just is ridiculous, bro. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was horrible.
I mean, that video was awful. And, I mean, he's being held right now under a RICO. But I've said this publicly, I don't quite understand how one person could be a RICO. And I understand the freakiness and, he likes to see other dudes sleep with his woman. And,
Allegedly.
and whatever. Like that's,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it.
He may or may
We
not be
heard about
bisexual,
it.
whatever. All that's legal. I don't quite understand what exactly he's being charged with.
Me neither.
Do any of you really understand?
I mean, other than him beat, other than that.
No, but he's not being charged for
exactly.
that. That's past the statute of limitations.
He's paid off or whatever, right?
Yeah, she settled.
Yeah. I don't know because you can't. I don't think you can go to jail for Vaseline or baby oil.
Yeah, but now you got baby oil back on the shelves again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hasn't been buying out the world's
they
supply
pulled him?
anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
I
pulled
think
off.
he's a danger to the world right now.
I think trafficking. They said sex trafficking and I think it's racketeering.
Racketeering.
I
something
mean, that's the
like
RICO
that.
part.
Yeah.
Damn.
Racketeering. Is it,
But I don't. Like I said,
You got-
we don't know nothing about none of that. We hear the same thing y'all hear from social media.
like when you start
Yeah.
traveling,
Some of this is
and
bullshit.
people start traveling, and there are a bunch of like moving parts.
Yeah.
And a person is being accused of that. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
I mean, there's a
Weird.
million stories and conspiracy
weird.
theories out there right now. So, me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day because I don't know. I never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why
Right.
is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. And I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway. But
Well,
whatever
I was with
wrong,
Dirty Money, and I sung background for them. when I wasn't a part of Day26. So I was able to be around them through the album process of them creating Last Train to Paris. And what I witnessed was a sober Sean and a regular Sean. Like when he's regular, he's very cool, very giving, like it will invite you to dinner, you know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy? What up? Be very excited. Then I saw a high Sean too, which was very dangerous. So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail, and I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help, but he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all, and he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you. It's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you, or it's just really deep, man, with Sean. So I would say I think he's in jail right now just for a good reason.
Well, I did an interview with Roger Bonds, who was in security. Was he around you guys?
No.
No?
I don't think he was around. Well, he was around.
I was around Roger Bonds.
He was around him, right. And he witnessed all the abuse.
Yeah.
But, what you're saying is, basically consistent to what he was saying was that Diddy was, over time became a drug addict.
Yeah.
He would go on these drug binges. Him and Cassie would lock themselves in these hotel rooms for 3-4 days, go on these binges. And during the binges, that's when allegedly the free coughs happen or whatever else. And then they would go and get IVs.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Try to rejuvenate themselves.
That's a fact.
And then a week or two later, go through the same type of thing.
He's also the person that said that Diddy said that he never cared about making a band, and he never planned on using, making a band successful. Like it was.
It was just basically like a lit for him. Basically.
Yeah. Like he never really had a business
That
mind
was
for
James said that.
Well, my thing with Roger Bonds
thought that
was,
was Bonds.
like, I had an issue with him, and I was kind of, like, nervous around them because I was in the email, and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard, you know what I mean, to make me be like, you know what I mean, like, I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bruh? Mm-hmm. Like, what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all fucking guilty, man. Like, and I don't just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle. They're all minions and they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now, you know what I mean? Because I guess whatever, I don't know.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
Well, I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Shit.
Okay, explain.
I can't. I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too, you know what I mean? Because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just I can't go into details now, but sir, like I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true, and I'm caught missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through and experiencing.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
we was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
in tears, real. I love my brother. What's going on? Tears, real, hurt, pain. Like that.
I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now for the rest of my life.
What's the?
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing, kind of like what Fred said he was going through. But I didn't experience suicide thoughts. I experienced other thoughts of being harmed and stuff.
Yeah, I have people in my family who are both schizophrenic and other people that have been bipolar.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bruh, like it's like I really like lost myself for like years, and I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger, but it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what's going on, and the things that I was feeling are coming to light now, and I'd be like, whoa, that had to be God, you know, intervening and removing me from that situation because it could have got really, really bad. So,
Yeah, man, I'm sorry to go through that.
it's okay.
Yeah. But at least they found something that actually helps you out to stabilize you. 'Cause I
Yes.
think a lot of people, they self-medicate, whether it's with pills or you know,
Right.
whatever else. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Not good, bro.
I'll give you guys a minute.
Yeah, I guess like if this would never came out, I still would have been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch,
Yeah.
cause I'm not no snitch. Like I was gonna just deal with it, and I don't know why somebody that evil would.
She broke my glasses.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. And or laugh about it after they do it, you know. Like, I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like, none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well. Y'all were down too. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair to him. It's not fair. Fair to me.
It's not fair to people that with actual story that actually
Yeah.
been affected by that. Because then it make everybody seem like they just try out to get something or, you know, whatever, opposed to it being real people that went through real
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
Did you ever confront Diddy about this?
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. All I kept saying, like, could you apologize? Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. Something was wrong. And like when your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mean to go there. I'm so
No, man,
sorry.
It's all good. It's
I'm
all
so
good.
sorry.
This is real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we gotta take a break.
yeah, let's take a break.
Oh man. Shit. Yeah.
You. Yeah, for a second.
That shit fucked up.
Okay.
And I just broke my glasses, so I can't even cover my face. I can't even cover my eyes. My joke broke. I just broke myself, dog. I can't even cover my eyes now.
Yeah, god damn.
Damn, I'm chasing the car.
Run me one more tissue, bro. Yeah, man. Oof. That's just fucked up. What? Yeah.
That's you? That's your phone, man?
Yeah. What you on, Vlad? What you on, man?
Yeah.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting. This has never happened on camera before, has it?
Nah. We just chilling, man. We thought we saw, yeah. But I mean, it always feel the same way because we do know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whenever you want to express yourself,
Yeah, no, that's all good. Take as much time as you want, man.
Kind of just not cool.
Cry your glasses.
Brian.
You good with them?
Yeah, we good. I mean to go off subject.
No, you cool.
No, you good, bro.
Man.
You always good, man. When you ever gotta release it, bro. Just warn me next time. I just might choose the exit so I don't
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, we gonna go ahead.
Grab my face.
Let you take this spot.
Day26, take 2, Mark.
All right, we just took a short break. It's one thing to see you go through it, but then to see the rest of the group go through it with you is just very emotional to see, from my point of view. So I'm sorry
It's all right.
that you had to go through it. There's a few more questions I want to ask about this, but I just want to switch gears.
No problem.
Because I don't want to just sit here and kind of harp on this. So let's talk about the new album for a second.
Yeah.
Day Ones. So you guys had 2 albums originally.
Uh-huh.
Day26 in 2008, Forever in a Day in 2009. And then you had 2 EPs.
Yeah.
The Return EP in 2014
Uh-huh.
and a New Day EP in 2018.
Yeah.
But last month, you dropped your official 3rd album.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why that much time passed between your official albums?
We ain't like each other. I'm just
Yeah.
playing.
I mean, different breaks from different members. We'll come in and deal with for the return. I think we was doing a run, and then we lost Brian again. So it's just those type of things.
Return?
What, a new day.
A new day.
Yeah, so we had lost him for a new day. And I think it was big because we always knew that we're so strong together, man, and we wanted to give the fans, we had never gave them anything since Forever in a Day, a full body of work with all 5 of us, where they can really, they've individually picked our voices, apart. So we wanted to give them that type of an album that they can, live with, identify each and every member and fall in love with that type of, sound again.
Right, because when did you guys get off Bad Boy officially?
2010?
10.
Oh, so right after the 2nd album.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the EPs were independent.
Yes.
And this new album, of course, is
Independent. Yes.
Okay. And, the current single is Over You.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great song, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great
Appreciate
song. I
it.
got to really get into the whole album. And, I really had to take a step back and really think, is Day26 the greatest R&B group right now?
I'm glad that's a question. I'm glad
Hey,
to get
man,
that
I
category for
like
questions
it.
you asking
Right.
yourself.
Shout out to the exclusive Sean and Ralph, and shout out to my cousin Amir. Like, these guys helped us put this whole entire project together. I'm so thankful for these guys. Like, these guys really, really took time, took resources, and took like money out of their own pockets to like help us do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for them.
Yeah.
Right, because there's been a lot of legendary groups.
Yes.
Temptations, the
Yeah.
Four Tops. Because I felt like back in the day, singers kind of gravitated towards groups.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You would almost see more groups
Then the solo
than
artist.
solo artists. I got to interview Smokey Robinson.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, and it was like we talked about the whole Motown era and everything that came together during that time. But at one point, like now, like what are the other like newer R&B groups out right now?
I don't think there are. none.
There are none.
Yeah.
I'm
you got
really
one
thinking,
more, though. Is
One more.
Yeah, one more.
Is
Wanye Morris,
Wanye
his sons, they're really dope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're a young group.
Yeah, they young.
they young.
I would like to see more of them, though, for sure.
They signed to Mary J. Blige.
Oh,
I would still like to see more of them.
Yeah.
They dope.
Whoever you sign to. No.
And the album has no features, right?
None.
None. And a lot of songs.
Yeah.
16, right?
Yeah,
17, 18.
It's almost like it's like a double album, pretty much.
Yeah. We were recording. Yeah.
Okay. Was there a reason? Because when you look at your other albums, you got T-Pain and you got all these features.
Mm-hmm.
And look, and you guys are a legendary group. It's not like you can't reach out to various people.
Right.
They
Oh no,
would do
we had
it.
features. We just made a choice to, just like Willie was saying earlier, like we chose to do it this way because it was kind of like a reintroduction of who we are because we have been gone away for a little bit, And, obviously the members in, members out, members in, members out. But it was just a reintroduction to,
And when you got a record and you got 5 voices you can put on one record anyway, ain't no need to be reaching out around. We want them to really fall in love back with the
It
voices.
turned into a choir at that point.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we just want to keep it that way so they can really hone into us.
So you guys had one production company that basically did the entire thing,
Right.
top to bottom.
Mhm.
So why'd you go with these guys?
Well, it was a thing. We had knew Amir for a while, and we had did a
He's my
record.
cousin.
We had did a record with Sean Penn before. We thought the record was good. So when they came to us and they had the idea to even do a record, we were all back together now. We were discussing what that possibility would be, and we trusted his musical ear as well as he trusted ours, and we just felt like it'd be something that we had never done for us to do one production house for one project. So we wanted to give ourselves that sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's not all bounced around, it's just one, cohesive sound.
Right.
To mention he's one of the hottest producers in the game, so that had a lot to do with it too. That was interested in us, you know what I'm saying? So
And this is the exclusives.
Yeah.
Yes, the exclusives. They're like they've been behind like a lot of huge records, from a lot. Well, most of August Alsina's music. A lot of they've done stuff for Tamar. They've done stuff for
Chris Brown,
Usher,
B5.
Chris Brown.
they
Yeah,
huge.
yeah, DJ Khaled. They're huge. So to get the opportunity to work with them was a blessing.
Right. And this is like a pure R&B album.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this kind of tries to cross over into. There's no trap beats,
No.
drill. You know what I mean? Like it was.
This
I
for
feel
the
like
lovers.
When we
man.
started recording it, it was still in that era of the R&B is dead kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we was definitely wanted to prove a point with the vocals and with the music that we recorded, because we had to dead that R&B is dead thing. And
Yeah.
around the time we was recording this, that was a big thing, So
Yeah.
we had to stick to the roots. We wanted to make people fall in love with R&B again and let them know it ain't dead.
Yeah, and we wanted to give people the opportunity to hear something that they hadn't heard in a while, which is
Yeah.
the sound of a group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very seldom that you come in and you hear voices in the verse and then the big 5-part harmony or something in the hook, and just the harmonies that's even capable, different voice textures just capable, because there are no more groups like that, right? So it was just something we knew would be refreshing for the time because there wasn't nobody else in that lane. So we just wanted to go and grab our lane back, honestly, and just, get them fans back in motion.
You said it right. Grab our lane back.
Man, grab our lane. Yeah.
But, I mean, would you consider this baby making music?
Yeah, it's relationship music.
I would call it real life music.
Relationship music, because relationship, bedroom is one thing, baby making is one thing, but it's one thing to have your ups and downs in relationships. It's one thing to have your heart broken. It's one thing to just be freshly falling in love. It's a lot of different elements there that don't just lead you right into baby making. But guess what? The baby making elements are definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we ain't lack on them, but we just was trying to pull on a lot of heartstrings, man, and put people in real life situations and give them like a theme song or some things that they can just play along with to get through these days. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you kind of a weird question. I've always kind of struggled with this myself. Do you guys play music in the bedroom?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom.
I
When you're with your woman,
don't.
I don't put music on.
I like to hear it all. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I put
I don't.
And that's
That's
crazy.
funny, right?
I don't even think about like, I get the
don't
perfect
either.
song.
But I've been with girls that were like, put on Future, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you gotta chill. I swear to God, this happened to me. She put on Future, I'm like,
Damn. What
I'm
type
thinking
of
about my interview with him. I'm like, you gotta turn this off. Like, no, like, but some women I found.
Yeah.
Vlad, what type of women you fucking with that want to listen to Future though?
Right quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll tell you on camera. I'll tell you on camera. But certain women I know would put on like R&B,
Yeah.
and it would throw me off. I can't do it because I like to actually hear
Yeah. I like to
the
be in the moment.
woman's, making the various sounds, and the R&B kind of drowns that out.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean-
I'm gonna be honest. My wife loves this group. She's been a super fan of this group since before I met her, and she does that. She plays Day26. She will stop in the middle, like, let me put this on and play Baby Maker or play Co-Star. My wife
You
loves
can
this.
smash to us.
I can't.
I'm not listening to y'all. I'm listening to my wife. But she
ain't
likes to listen to the music. She do.
Like, we wanted to play some Luther Vandross.
No,
today.
my wife loved Day26. She a
But you know what's
diehard
crazy,
Day26.
Brad?
I get it.
Music is so powerful that it makes people feel a certain type of way, whether it's good or bad. That's crazy how powerful music is.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's why this album is a beautiful soundtrack to life, you know.
Yeah, I agree. There you go.
Everything's free.
So, like, I mean, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we got some songs on this thing that can really pull into your heartstrings. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we really capture with it, man.
Yeah.
And the fans relate to it so well, man. It just feels good, man. If you haven't heard, what we're talking about is a new album, Day26. It's called Day Ones, and it's out right now. It's an amazing body of work from start to finish, man. So, you know, hit us up and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, go get it.
That was a shameless plug I just gave.
If you haven't heard it, you're missing out. You are definitely depriving yourself of some amazing music. You know, like I can definitely say that, like without a doubt.
You know, Boosie's on my show a lot.
Yeah, I see that.
That's my guy.
And we always get into these kind of debates. He feels that in terms of living singers, nobody could touch R. Kelly.
Living singers, far as vocally or
Vocally or just
vocally, somebody can touch
overall.
it. But far
I
as
think
his
overall,
pen,
the body of work,
his pen
Okay, I will give him that because
Yeah.
there's a body of it
Different.
overall.
and body
I think-
work, yeah.
I mean, he's written for Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, but
him
vocally
hits.
he can
Yeah,
be
no,
touched.
no.
Vocally
He's-
he can be touched.
Really?
Yeah, vocally.
Vocally.
Okay.
Vocally.
I'm not a vocalist. I can't
But
sing my
that's
way out
what,
of a
that's
brown
what,
paper
but that's
bag.
it. Vocally, because his body of work and what he's been in, like he is the king of R&B.
Yeah.
All that stuff is true.
Yeah.
His body of work claims him to be that. You know what I mean? But as far as vocally,
He can be touched.
he can be touched vocally.
Okay, so who's better than him vocally right now?
Man, yeah, that's a long
We were
list.
talking about vocalists earlier. Remember?
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah,
many.
it's a long
There's
list.
so many artists that can
R. Kelly being
And-
the best don't
riff
have
around.
And I'm not even-
be
yeah.
more soulful than him. But R. Kelly's still the king.
And this is what I say. And all of that's still a preference.
Yeah.
It's still a preference because I know some people I feel like can probably riff better or a more dynamic tone or stronger voice.
Yeah.
But it all depends on what you like.
listening for?
So if you like it more a soft tone or whatever that case may be, and you know we'll be different on what that looks like. You know what I mean? So, but R. Kelly is the art of R&B to me.
He
So
is.
I'm not trying to
He
say
is.
Oh yeah. I mean,
if it
he's-
sounds like I'm saying he the best of R&B, it is.
He is.
Yeah, I feel like
He is. I gotta give him that.
Yeah,
I
he wrote
agree.
I Believe
I
I
agree.
Can Fly.
It's just not. It's crazy.
Yeah, you see little kids still saying
little
that.
kids still sing that.
He
Yeah,
has
my
anthems.
6-year-old
Believe I Can
son
Fly.
sings that. Like, what do you know?
I'm still stuck on You Are Not Alone. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So like things like that, and the fact that I remember when he was out and he owned the whole radio, not just him singing. Everybody's song
Right.
that was on
Yeah.
on the radio, he
Michael
wrote and produced it.
Jackson.
Everybody, every time a song went off, came back. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
and I'm from
Kelly
Chicago,
wrote
so
that
you
too.
know
Kelly
I
wrote
was
that.
in every song. Like I heard Joe record on R. Kelly, I heard B2K record on R. Kelly. Like they was playing them songs in Chicago on R. Kelly. Before I heard Bump 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 from R.
demos.
Kelly, I heard More and More
Oh, that's
from R.
my
Kelly.
favorite.
I heard, I mean, it was different songs. I heard, Hey Girl, how you doing? My name is Robert, last name Kelly. Before it was Charlie Wilson,
Before it was
right?
Charlie Wilson.
So
That's crazy.
like we would hear like
Oh, he did the
he
the
wrote Charlie
reference
Wilson.
track. to
right.
that.
I would hear the
Oh,
reference
right,
tracks on the
right,
radio
right.
Pretty
in
much
Chicago.
brought Charlie Wilson back as an artist. He the only name another producer
true.
that could take Charlie and make him a hit.
But
hit
but
artist
but
today.
he did Ron Isley first.
Yeah, but there we go.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
true.
Name another
right.
producer that
Mr.
can do
Biggs.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
that whole
R. Kelly, man,
Man, I mean,
And that's what makes him the greatest. It's not
And-
necessarily his vocals. It's what he's able to bring out of other artists. How he's able to put what he brings to other artists and make them bigger. Like a lot of those artists we talk about are bigger artists just because they did them R. Kelly songs.
Did you guys interact with him at all?
nah,
We met R. Kelly. Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Met him
we
a few
actually tried
times,
to do a
but
we told him
was
we
gonna
wanted
do a
to do a
record.
project with him.
Yeah,
You guys supposed to do the R. Kelly project?
Yeah.
Right before he went in.
Oh, really?
yeah.
So he was going to produce you guys? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did anything get written or?
Nah.
He went in right after that. We
Yeah,
saw the
nah.
news like, damn, what does that opportunity?
So if he didn't get locked up right about this time,
Man,
there would
we-
probably be a Day26
There you go.
R. Kelly
probably
project.
would've been.
Yeah, because he was excited when we seen him in LA, and we talked to him about it. He was excited. We didn't even think he was gonna want to trying to interact with us, but he was actually really excited. And the fact that Willie had already had not a prior relationship with him, you know what I'm saying, it kind of bridged the gap, and he was really excited. So I was excited. I'm like, bro, I was telling him, we about to work with R. Kelly. We out of here.
So Willie, you already knew him from before?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, of course, and I'm always in the music scene. I've been in the music scene. My father-in-law actually wrote Slow Dance for him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so, yeah. So, I've been around a few times, yeah. Played basketball with him a lot, and things of that nature.
Did you see any of the weird stuff?
No weird shit. I never went to the studio with him, not one time. So I don't know if that was part of the thing, but it was always on the outskirts, you know. And, you know, all that lifestyle was weird, but at the same time, it wasn't behind no closed doors weird, you know.
Well, Willie, you did a marriage boot camp.
Yeah.
Now, after doing one reality show, and
I called you.
why did you decide to do another one?
After doing Love and Hip Hop, why'd I do? Because you know I did Making the Band first.
Well, right, you did Making the Band. No, I'm saying after doing, I meant Making the Band. After doing one, I forgot about Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I did Love and Hip Hop,
You did
and then
Making
I
the
did
Band, Love and Hip Hop, and then once again you're back on reality TV again.
Yeah, I think the last one was really. It was fun, but at the same time, I was really trying to get some more marriage tokens and tools and tips in a fun way. So it wasn't like I was taking it as a real counseling session, but I kind of played into it just so I could see what that would look like, because I'm really married, and so some of those things are really things that help me in my today's marriage life.
Well, you admitted to cheating on your wife with 12 different women on camera for the world to see. Mm-hmm. How hard was that to do?
Hard as hell. Shit. How hard you want me to tell you? Now pause. But no, that was
Shit, that was a pause.
Yeah, that was definitely difficult, man. And that was part of my, you know, like my younger years, more of my immaturity, and you know, more of the years when I was just on the road and doing dumb things of that nature, man. So you know, I was able to, you know, clear that up and you know, move into a better situation, a better state. You know? Yeah.
Are you glad you did it?
Say it again?
Are you glad that you did it, or do you,
in
retrospect, do you wish
let me tell you.
would have just handled it behind closed doors?
To be a buck, both, because I don't know if I would have had the courage. I don't know, some of the things that I don't know if I would have had if it didn't happen at the time, I wouldn't have done. And if I hadn't have done it, then I've been still washing things under the rug that I would love to be clear about. So now I live free, and I don't got nothing to hide. There's no hidden secrets, nothing. I'm just coming in as my best self, and I leave as my best self, and I don't worry about if she's thinking about anything else, because I laid that out years ago, right? So now I don't have that. So now our relationship is at a place where it's all honest, it's free, we're enjoying life, and we're enjoying each other's company. So I think that, you know, I don't know if we would have been there had we not, because it's a different thing when they don't know everything about you. But I feel like she wholeheartedly knows who I am, understands me through my flaws, was able to grow with me. And, you know, I think so. For that portion, I don't think it was bad. I think it was a good thing for that.
Okay, because you're still in the same marriage?
Yes, 17 years.
Okay, because at one point you left.
Well, no, I never left. I mean, I for a couple of days.
Okay, because I remember there's a whole thing where your wife called you out.
Keep this thing on.
There's a whole...
We'll have to say it again.
I'm going on the mountains.
I'm out of here. No. What do you say?
I mean, you were on the Shade Room, where I guess, you're responding to some, things that your wife was saying. You said,
yeah.
I love my family, but sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
I didn't want to die. I guess there was some
All of that stuff, man. All that
that
stuff come with mental health, man. Like he was saying, man, it's a lot of that. I had just lost my father. So my father had passed. It's hard to really kind of try to show up as yourself and not really be yourself. I was so empty, man. I felt like I was waking up every day and I was not really here. So I was being expected to be the Superman that I portray to be. And I don't think nobody could really see that I wasn't showing up as myself, because I kind of looked like who I, said I was. So with all of that stuff coming, I just felt like I was being stripped, and I just needed that quick break. So I had went to Sedona. I walked the mountains, went up to the top by myself, talked to God, sat up there for a minute, man, and kind of was really trying to get myself together, because I didn't want to mentally self-destruct. I didn't want to be a hindrance to my family. I didn't want to be a disappointment to my kids. It was so many things that I wanted, and I really couldn't figure them out and find them at the moment. And so that was what that was all about, man. So it wasn't I didn't leave. I left for like 3 days, but I needed that time because nobody understood. And I was there, and I didn't want to not. When I said I wanted to be here and I wanted to live, because I did. I mean, I was in a place where I didn't know, what it was going to be. So, yeah.
Well, you and your wife got into a brawl with Hazel E. and her boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you look at it now, you're a little older. How do you feel?
I mean, it was all stupid. It was all dumb in a sense of it. But I think it was, I'm just not a person who's going to take a lot of mouth anyway. I've never been that type of person. So no matter what, if somebody's talking crazy to me out of box or in a disrespectful tone, I'm always be front and center, and that's just how I am. It's who I am in nature.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna whoop his ass when I saw him. Oh, you touch my brother?
Well, I mean, I've done appearances on like Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah.
little cameos here and there, but I've always turned down reality show
Yeah.
offers just because I don't really want my life on full
Exposed.
blast, and also like I don't want to be, a lot of these fights and these arguments.
Are induced like
They're,
that.
they're induced.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They push people to do that, or else they don't have a show.
Right.
And
Right.
I just didn't want to act like a jackass on camera. You know what I mean? So I've always turned it down.
Yeah, now I
You
get it.
know?
And then you feel like you got to do it because if you don't, you're going to get kicked off the
They'll
show.
kick you off the show. I mean,
Let me
like,
go ahead and whip this.
do you feel like when you look at all your like
Episode.
reality show experiences, are you happy with it, or you wish you would have done something else?
I'm cool with it. It's just moment in time for me. You know, I mean, I'm way past it. I'm in a way better position. I'm enjoying life. I got a beautiful wife. I got 4 amazing kids. We living life at a
Yeah.
extreme level, and I love it. You know what I mean? So
Now, Q, you dated Don Richard
Yeah.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
She recently sued Diddy for sexual abuse.
Mhm.
And she claims that she witnessed violence against Cassie. She said that Diddy sexually and verbally abused her for 10 years. She also said that he owes about $3.5 million. And there's a whole lawsuit at this point. Did you know about any of this? How do you feel when you hear this now?
Stupid.
Really?
Real stupid. Young and naive. I guess when you're dating someone older than you, she's about 7 or 8 years older than me. So I guess when they dating someone young, they don't really expect them to be in the same level as them. So they figure they could get away with things, keep certain things but get all the information from you. Suck your energy, get all your information because you're the young, but they feel like you're not on their level because they're older. So I feel stupid and I feel betrayed, and I feel like the truth is not out there. And I'm not here to ruffle any feathers or anything, but the truth will be revealed in time, and people will hear every sides of everyone's story, I guess. You know what I mean? I can't really, like I said, I can't talk about it right now. I wish I could. But yeah, I feel very stupid and I feel very, very played, because I didn't know. And I thought we were tight. I thought we were close enough. We knew everything about each other. I thought she knew everything about me. So why couldn't you tell me that Sean was doing that to you, or you talked to my family about this, and we talked about that, and we talked about this and that. Why wasn't that never a discussion? You know what I mean? I don't understand. I just don't get it. Because we all would have, if she would have told me that, I would have been like, yo, what's up? What up? Diddy, I probably would have been, I don't know. You know what I mean? I would have said something.
smoke in the city or something like that.
I believe you would have said something too. I know the kind of person you are.
Yeah, I would have said
I
something,
know the kind of person
not in
you
a
are.
disrespectful way.
Yeah.
But I would have said something, but I didn't know that was really happening. I just thought that in my brain, because how the energy felt from him. That's my bitch. You just a newcomer. You go so far, but at the end of the day, that's my money. I'm the pimp. Those are my hoes. And that's the mentality. Not saying that's what he said, but that's the mentality of the business of what it was. I'm the pimp. You're gonna work for me. You're gonna give me all the money, and that's what it is. You're not gonna get no money. I take your money from you, and I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just a lot. I feel stupid.
Do you think that all of this actually happened? Because sometimes not every lawsuit is a real lawsuit. And this is coming from someone who's been sued over bullshit lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You saw the whole thing, how Jay-Z was accused
Yeah.
of raping a 13-year-old. There's no proof that any of this even remotely happened.
Right.
The 13-year-old was never there. She said, Good Charlotte watched us. They were on tour in the Midwest. She said, my dad picked me up. The dad said, that was 3 hours from our house. I would have remembered driving 3 hours in one direction.
Right.
She's autistic. So you see a lot of things, you know, when these things happen, people jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess
She
what I'm
was trying to get a
say-
check.
What I'm trying to say is like everyone is not a victim. Like what you was just saying. Like as far like everybody's not a victim. People portray to be victims, man. And I just feel like you gotta at some point be like you was down with it until it
Affected.
didn't go the way you wanted it to go your way. And then when things didn't go your way, that's when you want to cry out and be like, oh, you sexually harassed me, or, you know, because I'm not saying that didn't happen or whatever the case is, but what I'm saying is you could have been spoke up and there's so many times where you could have said something to where people would have been like, wait a minute, what's going on? You know what I
Khalid
mean?
even said that. She was like, I wish Dawn would have told me that crap. She was like, if Dawn would have told me that, we'd have been at Diddy.
Not saying that she is,
I see her
because
say that.
there's been times where she was in front of her dad and Puffy has disrespected them, like saying
Wait,
like
Diddy would disrespect Dawn
in front of her dad.
father.
Yeah, like he'd be like, yo, you I don't give a fuck about your dad being here. You my bitch. Yeah, my bitches. I don't give a fuck about
Oh, you get your ass whooped talking to my daughter like that.
And
I
it
ain't even
was,
got no daughter.
Very, very weird. That's why I said he's two different people when he's high and then when he's regular. So like I know she's not lying, but the truth is not all coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember when I interviewed Roger Bonds, he told me he saw a situation where he was getting into an argument with Cassie, and I think like her father called.
Yeah.
And he got on the phone. He's like, you know, I'm her papa now.
yeah,
know?
that's like kind of what I'm trying to say.
Like
yeah.
I'm your daddy now.
Yeah,
Who he
that's,
said that to?
that's
Okay.
To Cassie's
Daddy.
father.
that's the kind of language he would talk to the girls and stuff. Like he's the pimp, like he's the man, not just
Puff
him.
Daddy, like-
yeah, Puff Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not just him. It was like I said, like I had issue with Roger too, from what I had saw in the email, and I've been told them all about that long time ago when I broke into the email.
Don't say nothing incriminating.
No. I had the email password because it was given to me. I just never checked it. And one day I decided to be investigator and check it.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw the email, you know, them going to the room, smoking some weed, kicking it, you know, what two grown adults going to go to the room, smoke, and come to the hotel room and kick it and do what you think they're going to do after they smoke, man. Come on now. I'm not stupid. Y'all very attractive people. I'm just saying, that's when I had my red flag in the air like, yo, man, you're not right.
Why'd you guys break up?
I can't talk about that.
Okay.
But I did talk about it. I did talk about it, but I can't
Fair enough.
I can't really discuss that here.
Well, yeah,
We got a new album out though.
But you got but you will find out. I didn't keep it. I've been very transparent. I didn't keep that away.
I mean, it seems like all Danity Kane has something bad to say. I mean, Dee was said she had troubling interactions.
Yeah.
She said he did it in different ways with all of us, picking and prodding, just a way to chip and knock away, and then praise you. I see myself standing in these dark, scary, predatory spaces and hearing somebody say some of the most degrading things to me. Somebody constantly treating you like a piece of meat, only valuing you for your sex appeal.
Yeah.
In some of these environments, it was even scary to be by yourself.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the one that just came out the other day. I watched her. So.
Aubrey O'Day has been outspoken
Of course.
since day one. When he got arrested, she said, there's no vindication when you're a victim of someone. Anyone being exposed or any truths being told don't change the reality of what you experience. It's a forever thing that you have to wake up every day to choose to evolve past it. It doesn't go away. It's like childhood trauma. We don't like to think it just disappears in our 30s. But really, we just start realizing how bad it really is in our 30s. The purpose of justice is to provide an ending and allow us the space to create a new chapter. Women never get this. I feel validated. Today is a win for all women all over the world. Not just for me. Things are finally changing.
Bless the Lord.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, look, Diddy was you can't take anything away from his creativity. Musically, he's one of the greatest musical producers, period. I'll put him up there with the Quincy Joneses and so forth when you look at his body of work.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, as more and more things come out, you kind of see these things.
Yeah.
I mean, if Diddy walked in right now, you guys could have a conversation with him. What would be the one thing you'd want to ask him?
Can I have my money?
You got Zelle? I mean,
you got Cash App? What you got?
you need my bank account, anything? I mean,
Yeah, that's the only thing I gotta say.
What was he on? Like, nigga, what are you on? Nah, for real. Nah, for real,
I just
man.
need that Cash App, that Zelle,
yeah.
Apple Pay, however
I
you want to
need
do
to check,
it.
and I need to know what you on.
Make it the corner if you want to go.
Have you guys ever sued?
Huh? Have we ever sued?
Yeah.
No,
Why
we
is that?
didn't.
The money's owed.
I mean, up until this point, I'm gonna be 100% honest, and even at this
like-
point, we have been trying to strip ourselves from that whole bad boy Diddy thing anyway. Prior to all of this, all we want to do is be able to stand alone on the music and the talent that we actually have and we put out to the world. So we've been trying to just be like, not Day26 for making a band. No, Day26.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So we've already been on that to the point where we never really wanted to jump into those things like lawsuits and all that. We always feel like God gave us everything we needed to succeed, and we don't have to try to bring somebody else down to get those things. We already got what we need, which is all. I got 4 of my brothers, and that's all I really need. I don't have to bring Diddy down to get where I'm trying to get. And I think that's kind of the mentality of the situation. Mm-hmm. We more focused on our upcoming than his downfall.
Right.
I mean, Bad Boy at the time that you guys were signed, what was the parent company?
It was the what?
The parent company of Bad Boy.
No, Atlantic was.
Atlantic.
So it was Bad Boy Atlantic.
Atlantic,
Yes.
yeah. That's
Okay.
how we got stuck with Atlantic after Bad Boy left.
Okay, so you guys were just signed to Atlantic straight at one point?
One point.
Was that the second album or
Third. It was going to
Third,
the third album,
which never happened? Though.
which never happened, right?
Aha,
But
okay.
we had a single, Made Love Lately.
Ah,
Yeah.
and
This
that
is the
came out under
beginning when
Atlantic.
you asked B the question about when he left. That's
Yeah.
that's where you at now.
Aha.
Right.
Okay, so Bad Boy steps away. You guys signed directly. So it's like a new deal with Atlantic?
No, we was already under the
you just
same
grandfathered
contract.
into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're straight with Atlantic. What's different when you're with Atlantic and Bad Boy's not there anymore?
We weren't at first we weren't a priority.
Okay.
They didn't really know what to do. They
Well,
made-
even after having a number 1 and a number 2 album?
But I don't think they got us to because they had a plan for us. They took us just in the legal battle with Diddy.
Oh.
So it wasn't like, we taking Day26 because we about to do this with them.
Mm-hmm.
It was more just we spoils of war. Is that what it's called? When you get what I mean? So I think eventually we had some people go in and fight for us that really believed in us. B. Cox, Troy Taylor, and they convinced Atlantic, like, do y'all know who y'all got just sitting on the show?
Those are some big names. For
Yeah.
those that don't
That's who
recognize,
did our
but
third
Brian
album.
Cox, yeah, you're talking about
Original third
some
album.
big names.
Original third album, yeah, that's who did the original third album. And they actually, Atlanta gave us a nice budget. They moved us out to Atlanta, put us in the house together, put us in the studio, made sure we recorded the album. It was really, they did, they showed us some love, but it took some other people from the situation to actually jump in. Atlantic did not have a plan for us. Atlantic, we were spoils of war.
Okay. So the whole third album was put together under Atlantic, and then it was scrapped?
Mhm.
Is that what happened?
Say it one more time.
The whole third album was produced, put together, and then it was just scrapped and never
Basically.
put out?
Yeah, no, it was just, we
We got it on
them
my phone. Anyone here?
It became nice demos.
Besides the single, besides Made Love Lately, yeah.
Okay. But could you guys have taken that body of work and
And
put
let
it
it go.
out independently or through another
I mean,
label?
Well, we would have had to go through the whole
Still
thing.
through Atlanta,
It-
it's their music, the budget.
they had the music. It was more they thing through
They would have been like,
B. Cox and Troy Taylor. Now we could have went back with them and did a whole total different project.
Yeah.
But this was on the Atlantic dime, and we just couldn't continue that business going.
But I mean, somehow some stuff been leaked, so a lot of our fans know some of the songs
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I don't know how that really goes. I don't know who leaked them, but some of the records is leaked, and people know them, people sing them, people access to do them at concerts and stuff like that.
Well, I talk to a lot of artists, and you see them go from a major to then go independent.
Mm-hmm.
What was the biggest shock from being on Atlantic, Bad Boy?
having to spend our own damn money.
Money.
Right.
Having to spend our own money.
You don't have
Too
that
much everything.
machine.
No
behind
machine,
it. And
nah.
look,
And just building team, building
Yeah.
your own team, building it up.
like VladTV for a long time, we were at SRC Records. That was part of
Yeah.
Universal. So VladTV was in the Universal building, on 57th. So I got to really see how things work. And every label has a guy that can make one phone call and have your song played on every radio station across the country.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to labels, I saw, for example, SRC put Akon on a 1.5-year promo tour before Locked Up got picked up. So you're talking about airplane tickets, hotel, the artist, the manager, the
band,
the band, the dancers, whatever else. It's like moving someone around and having someone in every city that's there. They'll take you to the radio stations, to go to the club.
Yeah.
The reps.
This could easily go into the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Very quickly with no record sold. Just because the CEO believes in the
That's a
music.
blessing.
Steve Rifkin thought that Akon was a superstar before anyone else figured it out.
Right.
Now it's obvious, but back then there was only a couple people that believed in it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so you have these labels that could put that type of money behind pushing singles that take a while to take off. Now, when you're spending your own money, you don't have
all that time.
$500,000 to burn and say, oh, guess that single didn't work out. What's the next single?
No, not at all.
You see what I'm saying? So how was that adjustment?
I think the biggest adjustment, I feel like when it comes to that, man, people have their different ways of doing it. You can put out singles and just try to test the waters with it, but I think if you put out a bigger body of work and just let the fans kind of organically pick what those things are, then you kind of know what you should put the money behind, and at least you'll have a going idea of what they want, you know what I mean? So you got a better shot of whatever that could possibly look like.
I mean, what do you guys like better now that you've done both?
I definitely love independent because I like the freedom of us being able to do everything that we want to do and at the magnitude that we want. So like even when it comes to show and the show elevation and all those things, we stay at a creative place where we just always want to elevate what that looks like. We already know we can sing. We know the performance is there, but what does the staging look like? What does the band sound like? What does the DJ? How's the lights reacting? It's all putting the puzzle piece together for what it is now. And I feel like from that position, it keeps us in, just the overseer position of it all. Yeah. Man.
I mean, you guys formed in 2007. It's 2025. Members have left, members have come back. Multiple members, different members and so forth. But now the five of you guys are still together. What do you think has really been the glue that kept you guys as a group?
I think it's go ahead. I think overall is we share a passion for this music thing, and we all carried it from a very young age, and the fact that we started doing it together as a group as Day26, and the reaction and the effect that we've been able to have on other people, I think has really been the driving force to even us bringing back the Day One's album and the whole 9 yards, because these fans are incredible, and they show up, and even in our down seasons, they're the ones that's pumping life back into us. Those are the people who's never giving up and always wondering what's next and making you feel like you have to show up and do that and make you not want to let them down, right? So in that sense, it always gives you that driving force to get back in and move right back into your passion. And when you get sold out shows and you're going and they're making it all worthwhile, why not?
Yeah, when you got an audience.
I'm sorry. No,
when you got an audience.
sorry.
Our fans are different. We don't even call them fans. We call them fams. They're like extended family. Like, you would just have to see it and be like, damn, y'all fans are really ride or die for you. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love our supporters. I absolutely love our support.
Another thing that for me would keep me going is, I know I sing in the best group ever in the world. So anything else I do is going to be going backwards. I'm gonna just I'm gonna stay at least where I'm at or go forward. Nobody wants to go backwards. I know I'm not gonna find another 4 dudes that I believe I sing with the best singers, other 4 best singers in the world, and I'm one of them. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere, you can't go no further. You know what I'm saying? You're going backwards if you walk away from this situation. So for me, even if it's times that it's been hard or times I wanted to give up or times I wanted to try to do something else, I always think in my brain but I don't have to compete with Q or Will or Mike or Brian. I don't want to compete with these niggas, bro. I want to be on the winning team, not playing against them.
Right. I would say too, when you got a sold out audience and there's a bunch of believers of people who believe in you, believe in you, it brings a different type of intensity to the stage and excitement. You don't feel scared to sing. You just want to just release it and connect with their souls. You know what I'm saying? For real, man, because they believe in you. It's nothing like having someone but really believe in you. That pushes you to want to go after it and get it even more.
I love it.
We live in a world of auto-tune.
Yeah.
We live in a world of artists performing to the pre-recorded tracks. We But you guys actually sing for real.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Can I get an example of you guys harmonizing?
Every day, all day. That's what we do.
He said, "Can I get an example?"
Can I get an example?
Which one do it since you be gone? Yeah.
Of course.
Since you've been gone, I just can't seem to get right. And I miss you more than you'll ever know. Girl, I just want a chance to talk to you and let you know that I've changed. Since you've been gone, I stayed awake all night. This bed just ain't the same without you here. I feel like I lost it all. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone from me. Woo!
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Yeah. Clap your motherfucking hands.
That's what it is, man. Day26.
Yes, sir. VladTV, baby.
Always a pleasure.
Vlad.
Back on VladTV.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Day One's album, man.
Available
Dope
right now.
album.
Thank
Dope
you.
album.
Thank
Just
you.
an
Thank you,
incredible
man.
body of work of traditional, real R&B.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Real
Yes, sir.
R&B. I
Thank
want
you.
everyone to check it out, man. And what's coming up next?
Man, just the we got the show coming up on Friday,
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
SOBs.
Come
and
get the
Sold out. And the second show's almost sold out.
Then from there, we're looking to tour this summer, so y'all get ready to see Day26 in a city near you, and we'll definitely be touring a new album, Day Ones.
And we best also overview video.
Oh yeah,
on sync.
overview video coming soon. It's
Okay.
looking good.
I'll be honest, man. Like, this is just my, advice to someone who's been in the music industry for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand why artists don't have a music video for every single song on their album.
Budget.
Well, yeah.
Today
the
it ain't no
single-
matter,
the
though.
We do that
single-
on Favorable
Yeah, you
Your
put the
Eyes?
budget behind the single, but I'm saying I've seen some dope visuals done with iPhone.
Yeah,
Period.
definitely.
Right.
It doesn't, even an in-studio appearance where you see the visual
Well,
of the
that's
song.
actually what we doing right now with this project. We even if it's not the biggest video in the world, we make sure we've got content to it because all of our fans have kind of gravitated to all this music. So we we got to do it. So every time we get a good shot or a good place we can do that, we do. Actually,
Listen, there's Day26 fans out there who are going to film school that will gladly film all your music videos for free just for the chance to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
facts.
like I said, it doesn't have to be a budget. Like, you could knock out 3-4 of them in one day.
we just
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, I feel like people want to see that. When you look at a lot of these artists that really react, like, for example, like I've talked about this before, like Trinidad James, All Gold Everything. You take that video away, and I don't think you'd have a hit song.
Nah. Yeah.
It's the video, seeing it, and actually, like, wow, in Atlanta during that era with the gold teeth.
I
And
don't know, man. That nigga just don't believe me. Just watch nigga.
Well, we take the video away.
That shit was
to be
hard.
honest, that's the
Jerome
truth about
getting
Michael
exposed.
Jackson too. Michael Jackson is the man. I'm not taking nothing away from
but
him.
he had-
But it was his visuals that
Yes.
made him the biggest pop star
All
in the
right,
world.
look, he would hire actual film directors.
Yeah.
See, that's
And that's what made
to
him
do Thriller, to do
Yeah.
Beat It. I mean, the whole, like, Smooth Criminal, the mini movie.
Yeah, the mini
That's
movies
what-
was big.
Nobody was doing that at that time. Nobody had these blank checks. I mean, he was doing it over
Yeah.
the top, but but the visuals,
sell it.
especially in the
right.
world these days, that's really, like, for example, I interviewed Leo Cohen, who's the head of YouTube Music,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And I asked him point blank, are you the most powerful person in music? Now, of course, he denied it.
Right.
He was like,
But he really kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is the biggest music platform on earth.
Right.
And he's the head of that. So I'm just saying,
That makes
music
you,
videos need to be, I feel, almost mandatory when it
Yeah.
comes to artists. But,
No. No,
That's
we
just-
hear you.
that's just
No,
my
for sure.
thing.
No, for sure.
know?
unless you like her. When she first came out, you couldn't see her at all. She had her face covered up and everything.
listen, some artists can get away with stuff.
Yeah.
Kendrick can get away with never doing interviews, period. Right? And then still go number one.
That's
Right.
craziness.
But that's sort of a one-on-one,
Yeah.
one-of-one situation. Not everyone could pull that off.
No.
So I'm just saying, I would love to see a visual for every song on Day Ones.
No. Yeah, no. We
Even if it's just a studio.
Man,
or
we
a
shot one.
concert.
Hey, we
Vlad
shot one
just said
today.
he
We
funding
shot one
our
today.
videos, y'all. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear Vlad? Man, thank you, Vlad.
Man, so you gonna send some of these camera guys over
There you
here.
go.
Yeah, man. Go get some footage.
That's what it is,
Fat
man.
Joe
Day
guys.
26. Always a pleasure, man. Till next
Always,
time.
man.
Thank you.
Always appreciate it, man. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.